Welcome one, welcome all to the Red Challenger Series Cup number 3 of July. My name is Counterfeit, joined by D-List today. We are going to be kicking off our ESL competition shortly, but before we do, we'd like to bring you guys onto stream, if we can, before that first game comes through, all official-like.
Well, Counterfeit, thank you for introducing me. I'm happy to be here. And you know what? I think we definitely will have a lot of good MC5 action coming up. Should we introduce the teams, Counterfeit?
Why, what a wonderful idea. Let's get the bracket up while I keep spamming out those invites for the players. Because as I said, we'll probably quite quickly get this first match going. But we've got just 4 teams taking part today. Who have we got on the card, D-List?
Well, if we start from the bottom side of the bracket, we have the Victory of Lords going up against or something. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that name.
Backpack Magic.
Well, that's what you want to call them. I want to call them Backpack Goats. But anyway, Victory of Lords, they won the last week's tournament, and the Backpack Magic Goats, they got 3rd place. Up in the top side of the bracket, however, Confit, who do we have?
We've got representing Great Britain, SAD, up against Chinese representatives JZD Gaming. I saw some of you guys saying you were excited to see some Chinese players playing. Has happened a few times, but very much is uncommon. I'll be interested to see how they do up against my country folk.
Well, Counterfeit, it's not often you see people from the UK play as well, so that is also going to be interesting. Though I do see some names that I can recognize. Hero and Darren, we've seen them before, and they are definitely looking to bring this UK squad all the way to hopefully the grand final, but they have to go through JCD Gaming here today.
Yeah, we'll be doing our best if we can, and we haven't got confirmation we can do this as of yet, to bring you all 3 of the matches here today, to make sure you see all the action that you can. Hero Gaming Summon, one of our moderators in the chat, great to see here. We can see MC5 Manowar already calling this one for the Victory of Lords squad. I think that's a pretty decent bet, but I don't know. Backpack Magic, who will be facing them in that in their first semi-final, I think you've got a pretty strong shot as well.
Ooh, our admin is currently texting something, so let's see if they're not telling us that we could get everything. Or get every single match, that is. But for now, hopefully we could get that community game on the way. Counterfeit, how's it looking?
We've got 3 players in so far. You can come and join them and play in front of your friends and fellows using the passkey ESL123, or there may indeed still be a global chat invite floating around.
So join up, guys. Come and play here on the MC5 stream. Obviously, we want to see as many people play as possible. So just come in and come have some fun with us.
So far we've got David and I think that's Potato? Yeah, I think that's Potato. People have some very creative ways of accessing the otherwise occupied names. And I'm curious actually. I'm having a very close look at the cores that Potato is running. And I'll have to look up what that first one is, because I don't think I've actually seen it before.
It looks like a potato.
Do you think that's how deep the roleplay goes?
I think it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Well, Potato, doing some pretty nice stuff so far.
Well,
of course, we're always.
I don't think he's playing on a potato.
Oh boy, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, Deedless, but with some of the accessibility stuff that's come through recently on Xbox, where you can basically make a controller out of pretty much anything, because like for people with accessibility issues, they don't necessarily have the ability to kind of press buttons or turn sticks in the same way, so you need a lot of flexibility as to how inputs are read. So you could totally play on potatoes.
You know, I'm pretty sure I've seen someone complete Dark Souls while playing on a potato. I've seen people complete Dark Souls playing on all different kinds of stuff. Like, have you seen that guy who completed Dark Souls playing on like the dance pad?
No, but that sounds amazing. I wonder. I guess if you could play, presumably someone could play MC5 on a dance pad if they're playing on PC or maybe possibly on mobile. I don't know. Does mobile ever have that kind of thing?
I don't see why not.
Let's see. So I've just looked up a list of the courses. I don't remember seeing that one before.
All right, what's the judgment then?
Oh, I think it could just be Scorcher, which is a. Let's see if we can find them again. It was Potato, I think, wasn't it? You had that one. That could be. It's got like. No, that's. I don't think that's Scorcher. It's got 4 lines around it. It might be one of the newer cores since the. Huh. Alright, we'll have to look that up at some point. But neat. Danny Gaming, welcome to the stream. Appreciate that. I haven't actually seen that dragon emoji before. That looks really cool. Oh, let's steal that one. Oh, we've got our first Passkey.
Don't steal anything, man.
I feel like you're overreacting just a little bit.
I probably am.
We have got our first ESL match of the day coming up. Backpack Magic versus Victory of Lords. Thelis, you were definitely favouring the French squad here, the Lords.
I think it's actually going to be Sad versus JCD Gaming, right? Yeah. No Backpack Magic here today. Not to begin with. We're starting with the upper semi-final, so Sad versus JCD Gaming. Or, I think, wait, you have a different passkey than I have, right?
I do. There's been a little bit of confusion here, so, alright. So it would make sense to run the first semi-final first, because the clue's in the name. So we'll be jumping to that. It looks like the players are pretty much ready to go. Oh, okay. It looks like the Victory of Lords game will go on simultaneously, so sorry about that, guys. But there's a pretty good possibility that the... Oh. Jeez. That we'll be seeing them in the final. We'll get that sorted out in a second. For now, though, we have got our Chinese representatives, JZD. I don't know why I started saying it in the American way. I think it just sounds more fun. Up against the sad ones themselves. Seasonal affective disorder? No, that'll be all in capitals. SAD, the United Kingdom representatives.
Well, okay, you have a capital S and a capital D, so it could be We'll have to figure out a name. Sardines and Okay, I think, how about we call it Sardines and Dalmatines? Dalmatians.
Sorry, I was just sorting out some stuff without admin.
Alright, so Sardines and Dalmatians, kind of it.
Dalmatians? How did you get to Dalmatians?
Why not?
Well, we'll find out if the dogs will be changing it for the spots. Honestly, I don't know. Let's get it on. Our first semi-final of the day. China's JZD, the UK's SAD. 2 abbreviations, 2 questions, 2 conundrums. We'll find the answer to at least part of that question here on Conversion.
Yeah, and we are starting out JCD on the blues, Sardines and Dalmatians on the red side. Let's just call them sad. I think that's pretty easier. But anyway, coming out here to begin with, JCD finding 2 kills, so off to a good start, but Riant does have a thing or two to say, finding a kill as well.
Yeah, pretty solid start here. Say these are the two big question mark teams in the tournament. We've seen Backpack Magic and Victory of Lords before, but for both of these teams, I believe they are new to the tournament itself. So we'll have to see. You know, while we've got some familiar faces, Mid-A in particular, Darren as well, as entities, they've still both got to prove themselves.
And there's a long way to go, kind of it. So we'll just have to wait and see what's gonna happen. But obviously, Sad coming out very strong here to begin with. And if they can keep this up, then they would be on the road to the victory. Remember, guys, you need to get 50 kills before you win a game. And there's 2 games that you need to win in order to win a semi-final.
So far, it's looking like the SAD team are putting in one hell of a show. Nearly up to 20 with only a minute and a half of this first game. Mid-A, who has been around the scene for a very long time, locking in 6 kills so far untraded.
Sad. Not only are they in the lead, kind of it, they are also deadly. They've been hitting a lot of headshots, and if they keep this up, then I don't think they're gonna need the last 5 minutes that are left here in this game.
So, Sad sticking around the 20 for the time being, but Vulcan more than happy to go slamming into the JZD flank. The Chinese team trying to find shelter on the far left of the map, but they're barely getting the chance to spawn in before Sad are all over them.
Well, obviously, spawn killing is a very effective strategy. Kind of it means that you know where your opponents are. As when everyone is spawning in, they'll spawn on top of each other, and therefore it's just easier to slaughter them.
Let's check a look across here for JZD Zahi. Where are they? The number 5 player for the JZD squad, currently with the most score on their team, rocking the Jade Stone Cog as the fighting goes forward. Zahi will be charging forward onto the south side, trying to catch that Sad member who is just below them with their teammates as well. A dangerous proposition. They have got backup, but the backup's just been killed. Will now go 1 versus 2 and fall down.
Vulcan looking for a kill, will find it right there. Nice shot with that shotgun. And now Sad, they're about to reach 40 kills, kind of it. They are more or less just done with this game. They are in a hurry, and they might just take down JCD before JCD can even get halfway to 50 kills.
Let's check in again. Vulcan with a impressive 10 kills so far. Living up to that Vulcan cannon that I'm sure they named themselves for. In second place will be Riand with a ludicrous 9-0 performance so far. The deadliest sniper we've seen for quite some time.
Well, also the invincible sniper hasn't died a single time quite yet. And might just lose that first life there. Yeah, Riand will go down. I'm sorry, I caster cursed it.
He absolutely did. But hey, no matter. A clean sheet is honestly an incredible thing to pull off, almost managing it there for Riand. Doesn't put too much red blemish on an otherwise extremely impressive record. Sad, I need a few more moments to put this one beyond doubt. Zahi coming in from the backside. No, breaks off for a second as Steve tries to deny that final kill, but it's no use. 18 kills ahead. Sad take the first game.
And honestly, with the way that Sad they played in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if they would win game number 2 as well, kind of it. This was a dominant performance, and it's not like they got a lot of military support. It's not like they utilized a lot of grenades. They were just simply better than their opponents.
Yes, shout out to Vulcan. High score in the game. But Riand somehow only having 9-1. I suspect the reason their score is low is because they didn't get assists, they just got kills. Guys, we will be taking a very short break while we get set up for game number 2. JZD and Sad clash once more. Our upper semifinals continues after the break. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do a quick battle royale while we wait for our second game between our Chinese and British teams to pick up. So if you want to play on stream, then please use not the Passkey ESL123, sorry, Force of Habit, but come and join in the battle royale. Hopefully we'll end up in the same lobby as one another.
And obviously, who wouldn't love to give Counterfeit a good beating in MC5? So,
Jeez,
guys,
yes, man.
well, hey, man, it's very, very easy to kill you in Battle Royale. You know that. So, obviously, if people want to give you that beating, they are more than welcome to come in and actually not do an effort and still win.
I feel like we need to go to couples counseling, honestly.
Couples? Why? We're not even a couple.
Yeah, but you know, there's evidently there's some issues, guys. There's some issues.
That's actually a lie. Like I think I've casted longer with you than I've been together with my partner. Even that I've known my partner, I've casted longer than with you.
There you go.
I've known my partner. That's impressive.
Yes, hello there, Corona Vincente, over on the Facebook page, and Jer Escobar. Good to see you as well.
Also, hola Corona. Is that how you say it? With a Spanish accent? Hola Corona.
I don't know.
Don't you speak
maybe?
Spanish?
Not really at all. But I do speak the language of ultra-violence, and that's the language I'm looking to communicate with the players in this battle royale with. Hoorah. Ooh. Tasty, tasty. Let's see if we can find someone to introduce to our best friend, the Red 34. I wouldn't recommend going out into the main central area here because there's a lot of crossfire.
Maybe I know what you should do, Counterfeit. You should go to the airport.
It's a bit late for that.
Well, you can still do it, man. Just jump into a new game.
Maybe next time.
No, what's stopping you?
Oh, Cosmo, the H is silent. Wait, which H, Cosmo? Also, hey Cosmo, how you doing? Was there an H in any of the things we were saying?
In what now? The H is silent. The H in what now? Oh, Cosimo, it's a bromance. Yeah, I think Peter and I definitely have a bromance. Or a colleague mance is probably a better way of describing it.
Well, it's the battle royale, you know.
I'm still not sure which H is silent, though.
Yeah, I don't know. None of the things we're talking about had H's in it that I can tell.
Is it because I pronounced Corona with a H? Would it be Corona? Corona?
I mean, unless you said Corona.
Well, I think they're saying that I pronounced Corona with like an H at the end. I'm not sure. That's my bet. You say hola. Okay, you don't say hola, you say hola. It's actually a bit embarrassing because my partner speaks a bit of Spanish after spending 6 months in not 6 months, but like 3 months in Mexico.
Neat.
I'm sorry, Cosmo. Is it hola? Am I pronouncing it right now? Hola?
Yeah, that sounds a lot more reasonable. Corona Vincente, no! Oh gosh, we're making even a bigger mess of things. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Will we ever learn how to do? Well, fortunately, that person I just murdered has got a lot of stuff. So now, by the transitive property of stuff, it belongs to us. And always will.
You know what, Counterfeit? I saw a meme this other day. Have you ever played have you ever thought about RPG games where you find a dead person somewhere and you loot their clothes.
Sure.
So basically, isn't it a bit of a weird concept that in a game you find a dead person and you just take their clothes on? So basically, you could casually be spending your hours in the woods searching for mushrooms, searching for whatever you find in the woods, probably slugs and snails. And then you find a dead person and you say, I would love to wear that guy's clothing.
I do get what you mean with its, the classic RPG adventurer. Not just, we're kind of taking on some aspects of that in this Battle Royale, is more than willing to loot absolutely everything that comes across with no regard whatsoever for the person whose property it was previously. I don't know. I guess it's just one of those gamey things that people have sort of accepted is just a thing. We never think about, was that tier 3 armor someone else's before? What's the story there?
Why is tier 3 armor just lying around? Maybe we should implement like a looting system or buying system. Economy is the word I'm looking for in MC5. So the more Battle Royale games you play, the more money you earn, and thus you can buy yourself new weapons and armor.
I mean, it could work. I don't think I've ever come across that idea of like a financial... I think probably the closest I've come across would be something like Realm Royale, where your kills earn you things that you can cash
like
in for.
Material, right?
Basically, yeah.
Shooter, nice! You got the Soldado.
Yes. So everyone's got their own language soldier for when they've got unnamed accounts.
I don't think I've seen the Danish word.
Oh, it's the cops!
Oh no! They're coming in because I'm watching a literal murder on stream. Counterfeit has killed 3 people. He's about to kill a 4th. If he could actually land the shots instead of sucking as usual. And he's even aiming down sides. Actually, sorry, should I be a good coach today? Oh, well,
every day.
You are landing some shots. Nice, you got a kill. Wait, why are you jumping down? You had the high ground.
Darn it. I was like, I don't think that person's got a sniper rifle. I should have gone with my first instinct, which was to close distance on them, because I was like, I think if they've got a sniper rifle, I can't do enough damage quickly enough with a red 34 over distance to kill them. The only reason I could kill that last person was because they weren't actively trying to fight me. Alright.
Well, you had the high ground. Counterfeit is an ex-stormtrooper, Cosimo.
What?
How did you know?
I've been exposed.
Actually, Counterfeit, do you want to hear a fun story?
Only if it's actually a fun story and not like one of your usual fun stories.
Yeah, it's probably not funny if you think about it. Nah, I think it's reasonably funny. So, yesterday I was out climbing with my partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the spot that we climb at is like a public park. So people, they come and watch us climb all the time.
Sure.
And then my partner was doing a reasonably soft, easy route. And then a little girl comes over and says, "Look at that guy," meaning me. "He is so tough. He could probably do everything." And bear in mind, she's like 6 years old. Then she takes a look at my partner and says, "I think I know the secret to that girl, or the secret to how the girl is climbing. She takes easy routes, or does easy routes."
Wait, sorry, I was reading the chat a little bit. Sorry, just to rewind a bit. Am I right in understanding the story so far that you got sassed by a small child?
No, I didn't. Yes, my partner got sassed by a small child. We were climbing. My partner did an easy route, and the little girl came over and said, "Look at that girl. The only reason why she's looking good is because she's doing an easy route."
Oh, so someone was gatekeeping.
Yes, and basically the girl is like 6-7 years old.
Man.
So you know that's the time where children are basically monsters.
Well, there you go, guys. A good illustration of why gatekeeping is a bad thing. For any of you guys who aren't aware, gatekeeping is the act of, well, I'm just seeing if I can get a good mental definition here. It's kind of like saying that, especially when someone's new to something, that they're not like legitimate enough to be doing it. Oh, hello. We've actually got a passkey. Apologies, guys.
A passkey.
Also, this is one of the sad players. That's what they did in here. I think they may have gotten confused. Alright, we'll start off this community game, and then we'll pop back out again.
Yes, I'll jump into the lobby and I'll let you know once it's full.
Okay. So, Hunter doing the work behind the scenes today, along with Danny W. Vifa Arol, why don't you answer about the problems in-game? I'm afraid we're not developers, Vifa, so we don't know any solutions, I'm afraid, to any problems you might be having with the game itself. If you are running into trouble, we recommend you head to the support.gameloft.com website, the customer care. They should be able to help you out. And I hope you'll be able to get back into playing your games once again.
Okay, you might want to start joining the lobby because everyone from JCD is here, but we're missing 3 members from Sardines and Dalmatians. Oh man, it's so hard to say that word.
Stop trying to make it work.
The meme is here, man. Don't deny it from me.
You see, guys, personally speaking, I feel like putting a lot of effort into something that, even if you succeed at it, doesn't get you anywhere good. It's just, you know, it's not something I would want to pursue. I don't know. Does this make me a bad person? I hope so. Well, I'm pretty sure we saw in the community game one of the players from this other team playing, so I hope they get here fairly soon, otherwise we might end up in a admin situation. Right, let's get you guys into the pre-game lobby. Tell you what, I think we might be a few minutes before that second game between SAD and JZD gets going, so go grab yourselves some delicious water, pet your favourite passerby. Hello, Steve MC5. And as soon as the players are ready, we'll get back in with our official ESL competition. friends, we return with apologies for our long delay. SAD against JZD, our first semi-final of the day, continues here on Scramble. SAD, the UK squad, have got one game in hand already, and they did it in pretty compelling fashion.
Yes, and now if SID can keep this up and, well, basically take down JCD like they did in game number 1, then we're only going to be here for like 3 minutes, because SID, they were completely slaughtering their opposition.
See who gets that first shot through. Darren trying to find the angle into that lower hangar. Hangar 01 mid-A want to get that first kill from long range. Of course, these assault being brought out by SAD will allow them access to the multiple grenades. Mid-A firing through one of those little bullet slits on the map, which can be incredibly hard to deal with if you don't know about them ahead of time.
Once again, SID, they are being deadly counterfeit. Like in game number 1, they have the lead, and they are getting more or less every single kill with headshots. Right now, sitting at 3 headshots out of 7. That is very impressive. About as impressive as taking down a helicopter with a sort of shotgun.
Well, if it gets the job done, then no complaints from me. As SID, they have gotten themselves the lead, though mid-A being forced to fall back there. We remember from before, Zahi picking up a decent amount of kills, but it's Rock who's just respawning in right now, who is the top banana for the Chinese squad.
SID are reaping a lot of kills out of spawn killing JCD right now. Obviously, when you spawn kill, it means that all of your opponents are going to be close to each other, and with you getting airstrikes in, with you being able to stand on top of your opponents, getting all of those kills time and time again is a very easy peasy lemon squeezy task.
There we go, the tide is breaking over JZD right now. These close range fights very much not favoring. We have seen the teams try and slow the pace of the game down when they are at a disadvantage. Just not happening at all, as the JCD members are barely spawning in before they're already getting picked off.
JCD, they need to get out of this corner and fight back. So in order to push out, they need to find a few picks. Right now you have 3 snipers up, so if you can find someone with those 3 snipers to begin with, take someone down and just give you that opening, then you can push out with your assault rifle and with your shotguns, and that is the objective that JCD, they need to accomplish before they can push out of the hangar.
Darren and the rest of the SAD team in blue working their way around the outside as Steve spawns in, immediately falls down. Fortunately, JZD able to escape from that spawn trap right there, but the damage has been done, and you call it dealers. With barely half of the game being concluded time-wise, SAD, they're only 5 kills away from making this a clean 2-0.
4 more kills for SID and they will be done. JCD, they couldn't find the picks, they couldn't push out, and they will fall prey to SAD 2-0 in the upper semi-final.
They have got confirmation in the lower semi-final. Victory of Lords did take their victory against the Backpack Magic squad, so now we know that it will be SAD representing the UK going up against the Victory of Lords representing France in our best of 5 grand finals.
Well, France versus the United Kingdom counterfeit. That is going to be interesting to see, especially with the way that SAD they have been playing here today, because the Victory of Lords historically have been a very good team. But if you go up against SAD with the way that they're looking today, then I would be trembling in my pants if I was Victory of Lords.
A new challenger for their throne. For now though, guys, we want to get you back onto stream. ESL 1, 2, 3. All the numbers, all the contrasegna, all the passkey you'll need to get on to stream and show us what you're made of before that finals gets underway. Come and join us. Cosimo says, no way! Vol are a good team. Looks like D-list.
I are you sure he said it in that tone?
Oh, no, I apologize. He said, no way! Like Osama Mahfood, who is part ghost and part human being. Delian Gaming, Legend Killer. Welcome to the stream. Next Android will be in a couple of weeks' time. We just had our last Android.
Yeah, we had that yesterday. If you want, you can go back and check the VODs. I was casting it because Counterfeit left me alone. What a not very nice guy.
Writing that down on the list for the therapist. Mm-hmm. Honestly,
so,
guys.
Jesper, what do you think Counterfeit does or is not doing very well in your relationship with him? Well, he leaves me alone on broadcasts. Yeah, well, Counterfeit, I think I have bigger problems to deal with.
What in the world? What in the world? Corona Vincente. I don't know if they know what to make of this, and I don't either. Guys, if you have a Dane in your life and you don't know what to do about them, I don't know, maybe hose them down.
Hose him down.
Hey, Terran G, from, I think it was from last night. Terran G was playing and doing some pretty nice stuff. Let's get this community game started though before our finals does get begun. Quite likely, on the other side of the game will be that grand final. So guys, enjoy, join in the community game, and we'll see you soon with our grand finals. Welcome back, guys, and a very fierce performance from Taco in particular put this game beyond reach rather too quickly. So in that case, we're going to set up another game before our grand finals gets underway. If you're playing on iOS, do come and join us for what will probably be the last community game of the day. Just getting set up now, as you can see on stream. So same as before, dealers, where should we go?
Let's go to rooftops.
All right. There you go, guys. Come and join us. A good amount of folks turned up before. Let's see if we can fill this one all the way up. Oosh, ish, bish, bosh. No friends. Oh, guys. We need you guys to add us as friends. That way we can invite you to future community games.
Well, can I be your friend as well, kind of it?
Well, the first step to having a healthy relationship is mutual respect. So, dealers, can we manage that big hurdle? Can we? Can we?
I'm not sure we can.
That's what I thought. Well, I got a good amount of folks dropping by. So guys, we are waiting on our grand finals between England and France coming up shortly. So enjoy the next community game. Of course, if we do have any further delays, we'll keep the games rolling as long as we can. And we'll probably do a few more community games once the tournament is done, just to make sure that everyone gets a chance to play on stream. So for now, stay tuned and we'll be back soon. Yeah, almost a full game in that last one. Impressive stuff. You can see the JZD members actually coming and joining in with the community games themselves, which is honestly pretty fun to see. It's always nice to have the ESL players come and join the fun themselves. Guys, we're going to do probably just one more community game before we get started on our grand finals. So ESL 123, just as before, if you're an ESL player, if you're an ESL stream watcher, come and play with all of us. Apparently, you'll even get a little taste of the ESL competition for yourself. There we go. Alright, we're going to try joining in ourselves this time. I make no guarantees this won't go disastrously. In fact, I almost guarantee that it will, but hopefully in an entertaining fashion.
It's always entertaining when you play Counterfeit.
I take that as only the deepest compliment.
Well, you should.
Ah, we've got Steve.
It's a big compliment, my dude.
Well, I think the biggest compliment we'll be giving today will be our bullets to people's faces. Oh no, Taco, absolute monster. That's right, they're on our team, so we'll be alright. Alright, we've got a couple of JZD members. I think we might, yeah, I think we'll start off with a good amount of people. So guys, again, come and join us, ESL 123, let's see if we can fill this one up. I'm going to try and at least get one more person on the team, actually. There we go. Because we are going to be running around with a tracker. Tier 1. Good times. At least, you know, at least see this we can unleash the beast.
Which beast?
Oh wait, no, our tracker's not showing up in here. Oh, I guess it's because we don't actually own the class. Alright.
Which beast do you want to release?
Oh, it's going to be our Doge friend, but I guess we're going to have to just make do with what we have, which is not a lot. Alright, well, if we follow someone else around, then hopefully they'll do most of the damage and we can finish off that kill. Like that.
That's not very nice, man.
Ugh. So we've only got tier 1 armor, so we basically get killed by literally anything.
So if someone just looks at you, you'll die.
Well, if they look at me funny, if they look at me, you know, in a questioning way, they might be right. Well, I think we're actually doing alright. Yeah. We got one more space left in this game, so if it does come up and say that the game, that you can't find the game, that'll be because the game is actually full.
Are you killing someone? Kill them! Shoot them! Aim down your sights, Mr. Counterfeit. Please? Please aim down your sights.
So we're trying to pie this room, which is to...
You're trying to pie the room?
Yes, it's a term where you try... So you see, we can only see a small part of the room from where we are. Oops. It's a bad time to reload. So by doing that, we're pieing the room. We're dividing the room up into manageable chunks. So that we don't end up... Like, yeah, if we've just run into the room itself, then we've got to look around the whole room. And we're probably going to miss whoever kills us. Like, we won't even see them. Whereas by pieing, we will make it so that we kind of just divide the room into manageable chunks. Oh, we come down to 17%. Okay, yes, from what I've been told, we are going to have a further delay on our finals. So apologies for that, guys. We will, of course, get everything sorted out as swiftly as it is possible. How are we doing? Not as... For someone who's using tier 1 equipment, I think we're doing alright. It turns out the just the sheer amount of bullets the support weapon fires is enough to kill a lot of people. Case in point. Oh man, we got EMP'd. Whew, whew, whew. Man, EMP is probably my least favourite effect in the game. Ugh.
Enemy turret activated.
Are you at least getting some kills?
Oh, done alright.
How many kills do you have? 5 kills. That's actually impressive. I think that's more than I would get.
Mega YouTube dealer's cast absent today? What are you talking about?
Oh, no, man, good. I'm here.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I think we did okay. So, we still haven't got enough credits to actually unlock the tracker class proper, but I don't know, I'm pretty impressed with myself.
With myself?
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you are happy with yourself.
Let's just have a quick check and see if we've got any unlocks on this account. So if we got anything... Oh, we've actually got a bunch of stuff we could make. Let's just do that quickly. I'd be interested to see if this actually ends up going worse than it did. Oh, there you go, tier 4. Snazzy. Do we have anything better? That's tier 2, so never mind. Alright. We can also upgrade as well. Corona Vincente. Oh, were you playing that last game? Or do you just mean that we were playing well? In which case, thank you for your support. If only I could get that kind of support from my co-caster.
Wait, man, I'm always nice towards you. Why are you laughing?
Oh, also, we can actually put on some proper armor as well. Gosh, the kind of... What have we got? Let's see. Trying to figure out what we probably want here. Sorry, worthwhile. I guess we just go for whatever we've got in the highest tier. 2% damage output seems kind of lame, but the extra movement speed seems worthwhile. What else we got? Nah.
Cool. Well, should we set up a community game, Mr. Counterfeit?
Yes, now I've given myself all the tools I need to win.
Nice.
When my nieces and nephews were very young, I used to freak them out by making them laugh.
Did it freak them out?
It did.
Wow.
I don't know, it's really weird to think that like a spooky laugh is actually scary even when you're a very young child.
Yeah, well, I think it's impressive that you can spook your nieces and nephews.
Well, I mean, they like it now. They just find it entertaining. But I just, you know, when you're a kid, you just don't really have any context for it. So it's kind of interesting that it would still be scary. Because normally, like, the reason you'd be scared of something is because it's associated with something scary. As opposed to just, it's not inherently scary. Oh, Corona Vincente, you played, but we lost. It was all about, you know, weren't the real points the friends we made along the way?
That's something a loser would say.
Hey, man. It's all about the journey.
That's also something a loser would say.
See, guys, if you listen to negative people around you, then, you know, we never get anywhere. So, Corona Vincente, back onto the battlefield again. Learn from those mistakes. You can't control what other people are doing. You can only control who you're shooting in the face. Hoorah.
Like the negative people in your life.
Well, I mean, that was implied, but yes.
Well, you are not very nice, Mr. Comfort.
So what are we going to do? We're going to stick with our teammate. Ooh, nice grenade shot. So I really like support because it's got a huge amount of bullets and we tend to miss a fair... Ugh. Yes, CogV I think is still going to vastly out-damage us, so we probably can't afford to get into any real straight firefights with people. Wait, where are we getting shot? Oh man, I think we turned around the wrong way. So if you're on iOS, the passkey is ESL123. That's the way to get to play on stream if you're not playing in the ESL competition. Of course. Oh man. We were doing better with the tier 1 stuff. I think what it is the second you manage to
Do what now?
to do well, then suddenly
But
expectations.
I never do well.
You get there, man. Just keep trying. Yeah, I didn't even know if that person was on my own team or not. Turns out they weren't. Ooh, it's Taco. Oh, ooh, that Taco. That was Taco again. Gosh. What a jerk.
Tacos everywhere.
The Taco's
Tacos
just
here.
where we're spawning.
And tacos there.
Yes, CogV against Steinen is not a very good matchup at all. The problem is we really need to get up in close range with people, but we're spawning back in on a place that we can't get out of without just getting killed again. Okay, finally. We've spawned in somewhere we can... So we need to... Ideally, we need to link up... Oh, crud. Oh, at least we got killed by someone else with a low tier weapon. Right.
Well, kill them back then. What are you waiting for?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh man.
Terror Gaming, Simon, appreciates your claps. They were the only thing that keep us going. I think we've officially started to lose focus. Alright, let's get a grenade out and just blow something up. Actually, yeah. So, as Hako kills us from exactly the same place in exactly the same way again, we get a vivid illustration of where, you know, you could almost make a heat map for each of these maps where it's like, you know, this is a good place for this class to be, this is a bad place for this class to be, etc. Just because, you know, based on your effective engagement ranges. So, if I'm out in the open against a sniper user, I'm just going to die, because there's no way like they're going to miss that first shot to allow me to get close to them. Whereas in here, I feel like my chances are a little bit better, because they might not have the perfect angle, or they might just do that again. Well, shucks. T-Mobile, NoobTubers aren't playing today. Unless I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the NoobTubers, the sad team, is that what...
I don't
that's
think
right.
so.
Darren is a member of the NoobTubers, and let's check
Ah.
to see if Hero is as well. Not officially, but I can totally believe that it is the NoobTubers in a different form. In
Well,
fact,
Riand is a part of Private Clan, and Vulcan is a part of YouTubers, traders, old gens.
well, I never.
Well, you did now.
Well, yes, we have got that pass key for the grand final. So, guys,
I don't.
well,
Could
I'll
you
give it to
share it with me, please?
We will get across there in just a second. So, guys, grab yourselves some delicious water and settle in, for we have got SAD, or otherwise, in quite a lot of respects, known as the NoobTubers, but with a few extra bits and pieces. this time representing the United Kingdom rather than France. Of course, the teams are free to represent wherever they wish, from wherever they wish. Best of 5 action coming up should be pretty impressive stuff. We have seen the Victory of Lords team doing some pretty consistent wins, but for SAD, at least in this configuration, this will be their first chance at the big prize.
Okay, I'm joining in. I'm coming in, Counterfeit.
Thanks to Curiosity.
Excuse me. So I'm just going to come over onto... Excuse me. Come over onto the YouTube stream. So, SAD, they're already over in the blue team on the construction site. For Victory of Lords, they're in the red, headed up by team owner Stress. And of course, some familiar faces there. Make and God, both heavy hitters for the French representatives. Hope you guys are looking forward to this just as much as we are. Apologies again for the delay in getting started. So, dude, let's... Based on what you've seen so far from SAD, you seem like you're kind of leaning towards them being a pretty substantial challenger for the Victory of Lords team. With that being the case,
Yes.
right at the beginning, your predictions for the series.
Ooh. Sad 3-1. I hate to bet against the Victory of Lords, but I think SAD they've been looking really good in their series. So I think that the Victory of Lords, they certainly have a challenger approaching in the horizon, and that they need to really do something in order to contain this team of SAD.
With this first game being the construction site then, from this 3-1 prediction, do you see that one game going to the Lords on here, or do you think it could be on Streets, Rooftops, or Conversion, which are the next 3 maps coming up?
I think the Lords could get it on the Streets. I feel like the Streets is a map that the Victory Lords they really like, because it's very open. You get a lot of chances to fight and to just go ham against your opponents, and that is truly something that the Victory Lords they love to do.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's also a map which, you're right that it could absolutely lean itself into this very hyper-aggressive style, especially if we see fighting around the center. But we've also got the possibility of seeing it become very kind of standoffish with one of the teams decide to go hyper-defensive. I don't know if either of those teams would go down that route, since it tends to be a strategy employed by less experienced squads, but I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. Of course, that first game here on the construction site, the Victory of Lords team, they have been taken out by the Fallen Heroes squad a couple of times in recent memories, but they've traded wins with the Noob Tubers, of which SAD is a large component part of. So, honestly, I feel like it's a little close to call. Victory of Lords, they've got this huge history of success, but I think it will probably be a 3-2 series, going all the way to game number 5. I think that...
Sorry.
I think it's going to be 3-2 for the Victory of Lords squad, because they've just got the more experience playing together.
See, it's also hard seeing, or like betting against the Victory Lords, seeing as how they won the last tournament last week. But SAD are coming in as a first-seeded team for a reason, and I truly believe that they will be able to put up quite a fight against the Victory of Lords.
Well, I mean, something else to consider here is as we head into the finals is this is the only time in the tournament where the teams get to play in a best-of-5 environment. As mentioned, team owner Stress for the Victory of Lords. They're going to have a very good team dynamic going on. They've been playing for absolutely ages together. And I think when it comes to longer series where, you know, an individual game honestly isn't as important as your whole team maintaining focus, that's where I feel Victory of Lords are going to have the advantage.
Well, I'm sure they're going to have the advantage in terms of the mental game as well. Yes, SAD are coming in as the best team in the tournament. Yes, they have the first seed, but Victory of Lords, they have the momentum coming in with them. They won the last week's tournament kind of it. So for the Victory of Lords, if they can just get a good start to this first game, then I truly believe that they should be able to take the series. But I also do think that SAD, they are looking good coming into the series, and it will be a tight game, as we are about to get on the way.
Well, guys, it's here. It is starting. The best of 5 starting out here on the construction site to see who will be taking home those €100. Second place just isn't good enough. Britain versus France. Let's get it on.
Yay! Okay.
Starting out on the far west-hand side, the Victory of Lords. Team rocking the red, SAD in the blue, have got Darren scouting around and fishing for that second kill as the grenades, of course, fly back and forth.
Remember, Counterfeit, I put down the objectives for Victory Lords to accomplish here in the early game as 1, get a good start to the game, that meaning a lot of kills, and 2, start a kill or develop a kill lead for yourself. When you get a good start to the game, obviously you get that psychological advantage, plus when you get a kill lead, you're more likely to get military support as well, and that is indeed what the Victory Lords they need to get in order to dominate this game.
That first airstrike and bomber combo is going to be available, dropping it over the middle of the construction site already. The bomber looks to keep the Victory of Lords rear secured. 4 kills apiece as that first minute is in the bank. For SAD, they've fallen back to the interior of the construction site. Now it just remains to see which team will make the next move.
But it's 4-4 Counterfeit, and I do think that this game could be a deciding factor for this series. I'm sad would take this series 3-1. Right now, it's looking like it could go all the way to 5 games because Victory of Lords, they're not giving up without a fight.
Darren going to try and sneak out the side for SAD to try and catch some cheeky kills as the Victory of Lords fire back though, and they're starting to press into the interior of the map. God coming in from one side, the rest of the team approaching from the other, and Make going for the heavy flank. Victory of Lords picking up some steam.
And now that 2 minutes have passed, Counterfeit, we can check in with the objectives that I laid out. Victory Lords, they have a kill lead, check. They have military support, check as well. Everything is going according to plan for the Victory of Lords, and they couldn't be happier with the way things are going.
The Lords in control of the south of the map. A perfect place if you want to pick off some kills on the SAD squad. Forced now to venture into the open part of the construction site and put themselves into the sights of the Lords.
Hi, Pineapple. Pineapple is... Oh, sorry, Pineapple the 4th?
2-2.
2-2. Pineapple the second over on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. As the Victory Lords, they sit in the lead with 4 kills as well. Is it a coincidence that we have Pineapple 4 here? You are not following me.
I'm not following you at all, but...
You have a Pineapple called Pineapple 2-2, and you have Victory Lords with a 4 kill lead. Is it a coincidence? I think not.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, Pineapple 2-2, you just have to keep changing your name if you want the Lords to keep on building on that lead. So, we've got a lot of reliance on God and Make, number 4 and number 5 for the Lords currently out in the open. They have got a good chunk of the Lords' kills. If they get taken out, as they just did there, this could open the door for the blue team, SAD, to come back in.
But the game is going in a slow and steady pace, kind of fit. The Victory Lords, they're keeping all the way down to the lower bottom of this map. But now, SAD, they push down and they equalize the score. What a big push coming in from there, and finding 2 big grenades right there. And suddenly, the Victory Lords, they no longer have a lead. They're down to 2 kills. This is so fragile, and if SAD are able to find 2 kills out of nowhere, then we're back to an even state with us going into the last 2 minutes.
Guys, we had some big expectations for SAD. Will Victory of Lords continue to keep that lead up? We've still got loads of time left on the clock. We've seen the comeback power of SAD. Nice flank there from Darren. Catches the Victory of Lords squad transitioning. Now Tempo's going to be caught out between a rock and a hard place. God coming in from the south side will manage to... No, will not manage to escape through as Vulcan puts them down.
Now SAD, they are in the lead, kind of fit. Victory of Lords, they managed to do exactly what they needed to do in the early game, but they didn't keep it up. And now SAD, they are sitting in the lead with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. We're not going to reach 50 kills, so now every single kill matters. You need as many kills as you can. Whoa. Because it's going to come down to the very last count. And Hero comes in as a hero here for SAD, picking up 2 kills.
That's a name that's earned through fire and blood. SAD, they're now ahead by 5 as the second to last minute is ticking away. The Lords have been put on notice that they need to make some heavy plays of their own if they are going to start off this series with the momentum.
Victory of Lords. If they lose this game, kind of fit, then they will no longer have that psychological advantage, I feel like. They should be the ones winning the game. Their early game was so amazing, but they lost their steam. They gave up. They thought it was a sprint, but no, it is a marathon, and SAD, they have the better condition right now.
Hero still deadly with that post-nerfed Commander Severance shotgun. 14 kills so far. Make that 15 out there all by themselves. No, with a little bit of backup from Darren, who comes in and locks down even more kills. The Victory of Lords team are being thrown aside. This is turning into a rout in favor of the Blues, the SADs.
7 kills separating these 2 teams, and now Victory Lords, they want to make this comeback. Then they have to do it now because they're falling further and further behind. They only have 30 seconds, kind of fit. It seems unlikely, despite them having this early game and despite them achieving everything we said they needed to do. They can't make it, and they're gonna lose the first game.
It's the classic scene. Vol Stress, the commander of the Lords, looking out upon the battlefield, knowing that it has been lost. All the efforts in this first game have been for naught for SAD, and particularly for Hero. They're going to stand triumphant, but this journey is only just beginning. This best of 5 is only just getting started.
Oh, it certainly is. I don't think the Victory Lords, they're going to be happy with this. They're not going to give up. And you know what, kind of fit? Now we have to say that while they were able to do exactly what we said they needed to do in the early game, the next objective is now that they need to continue to trade evenly going into the next game. They can't afford to give up and compromise their status and the fort that they built for themselves. They need to keep that secure, and they need to trade 1 for 1, 2 for 2 every time. They can never reach a negative trade, because then they will lose and they will fall behind like they did in this game.
A tale of gods and heroes will continue after the break. Game 1 is done, but we have got at least 2 more before the finals is decided. SAD Victory of Lords, the grand final continues next. Let's do it! SAD, Victory of Lords, clash once more. The SAD squad, made up of a super team of multiple other sources. Certainly impressed in game number 1, but D-Less, you thought it would be the streets that could turn the series back towards the Lords.
Oh, I certainly did kind of it, but I am having my doubts now that we saw how the Victory Lords, they controlled the early game, but they lost out once you got into the mid game and got into the late game. I think that here on this map, it could be a much harder map for the Victory Lords, seeing as how sad they were able to control the last game. But now, Victory Lords, they are rocking a lot of snipers, so sad with all of their close to mid-range combat in those classes that they are rocking. They could take down the Victory Lords quite easily, unless the Victory Lords, they covered their flanks.
Yeah, it's a bold choice to go for a triple sniper setup here for the Lords here in the streets, especially as you can see the action taking place in very close quarters. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see the Lords adapt as the game goes on to some more of these perhaps slightly less lethal in long range, but more effective in close range classes like the Heavy or even the Recon.
Well, you're certainly right, Confit, but right now, the Victory Lords, they're getting pinched in. You can see they're caught down in that small corridor, so if SAD, they chuck some grenades in there and they come in with a good flank, then the Victory Lords, they could find themselves at the short end of the straw.
Let's take a look and see who has been using that straw and who has just been sucking. We can see that Rodrigo struggling for the Victory of Lords squad, but the rest of the team is stepping up. Frozen for Sad, getting a decent amount of kills, just falling down there. The SAD team operating with a 4-person unit right now.
They certainly are, and they're doing quite well with that. Now coming in with 2 snipers of their own. They're matching the Victory Lord's firepower, and they're saying, okay guys, yes, you can run snipers, but we can do that as well. And as long as we have a shotgun or 2 to back up our snipers, then we will be more successful. And remember, guys, I said the Victory Lords, they needed to really make some net positive trades happening in game number 2. Because in game number 1, they always came out with the short end of the straw. And they're once again doing that. They're not finding those good trades. They're not finding the 1-for-1s, the 2-for-2s, or the 1-for-2, or 2-for-3. Stuff like that. They're not doing that right here. And that is why they're falling behind.
I'm impressed at SAD, considering they're really out into the center of the map, have managed to maintain their lead. You can see the Richard N, is a supporter of the Lords. They could be coming back into this one if they can just manage to find a way to grapple with the blue team here without getting caught out by some of these very strong shots, particularly from Frozen.
Oh yeah, Frozen is looking unstoppable. Such a heavy gun, but will only take down 1 player. Now it's Darren, who will also be shot in the face, but a bomber will be deployed. So the Victory Lords, who were able to just catch themselves back a tiny bit, might not stay that way for very long with the bombers coming in.
Victory Lords are still more or less where they started despite all of these efforts. Frozen continuing to rack up those kills as well. 8 and 5 so far as Darren manages to get that close range pickup as well. Hero, we saw before, going crazy with the shotgun, has been doing decently, but hasn't managed to find that moment of bliss from before. Mid-A and Frozen, though, they grab 3 kills between them as Frozen grabs even more than that.
Oh, Counterfeit is gonna come down to this wire right here. The Victory of Lords, they find themselves so very far behind, but they have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to make that comeback happen. But they need to find 10 kills, and right now they are being pressured. They are caught in the corner, and Sad, they are being unrelenting. They're coming in, but Ran Rodrigo, they find 2 kills, and at least they relieve themselves of some of the pressure. But is it enough? I don't think so, because the Victory Lords, they are still caught in that corner, in that square, and they can't get out because Sad are continually pushing upon them.
10 kills ahead with 2 minutes left on the clock. Make that 12 as Hero comes in, deploys that all-powerful Severance shotgun. God coming in from the back, looking to try and save the rest of the squad. But it's just not happening. God's like saying, nope, it's just not even worth it. The fighting spills out onto the main part of the streets once again. And the Lords, they're just getting crushed.
They certainly are counterfeit, and I said I would not bet against SAD because they looked so good in the series that we watched them in here today, counterfeit. But the Victory Lords, they are also a historical team, but right now I think we are about to see history being made and the historical team being taken down.
Well, history is what's written down. What we're seeing here is what's being made before our eyes. The SAD squad get victory number 2. The Lords, so far without a game to their name. The Lords have to win this next upcoming game or they are done and we shall have ourselves new weekly champions. Guys, our next game will be coming up, I'm certain, very, very soon. So don't go anywhere. We shall return. Victory of Lords and SAD. Game 3 coming up. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's time for Game 3 of the Grand Finals. And where better than up here on the rooftops where you can almost touch the sky.
Well, perhaps if you are a giant like me, Counterfeit, but I'm not sure you would be able to touch the sky. But nevertheless, Victory Lords, they need to touch the sky because they need to take down Sad, so they need to pray for a miracle.
So far, those have been in short supply, Both games so far being controlled by SAD. The Victory of Lords on the ropes here. Not at all we expected. But, as we said, the SAD squad containing multiple YouTubers members to my understanding. And those teams have traded wins across recent weeks. So perhaps a even contest is what we would have expected. But right now, it's looking like it's all sad.
Well, I don't think it's sad for sad, but it's definitely happy for sad right now with that 1 kill lead. It's looking good. But here on the rooftops, obviously, it is a map in 2 layers. And sad, they are caught down in the bottom side of this map. So they have to slowly push up and try and see if they can catch someone from the Victory Lords when they aren't ready to fight.
This seems to be going more or less in the direction the Victory Lords maybe would have wanted it to go. They've got control over the top of the rooftop. And as Rare, who perhaps did spot giving a little bit of smack talk towards the SAD squad in the pre-game, talking about how they were going to take their performance from this game and put it up on YouTube afterwards, maybe got a little bit into the heads of SAD and started to make them doubt themselves.
Well, you have to be careful, of course, because a reverse sweep can definitely occur, and sad they aren't out of the woods yet. Victory Lords, they find 1 kill, so they're doing quite well at standing on top of the rooftops. They're at least finding kills by peeking down, and that is a good thing, because now it means that they can slowly build up a lead for themselves. But sad, they're pushing out. They found a kill, but Hero immediately goes down to God, who shoots from above.
Firing from the hip. God, 5-1 so far has been the difference maker for the Victory of Lords team, containing more than half of all their kills in a single player with their imp firing up and ready.
God, it's looking deadly right now. Bomber coming in here for sad. That is a good sign for them. After all, the Victory of Lords, they are on top of this building. So with airstrikes and bombers coming out, it's going to give them a bit of help trying to take down the Victory of Lords.
God keeps on piling on the pain. Those 6 kills resulting, of course, in a little bit of extra help for the Victory of Lords team to keep the good times a-rolling. 4 minutes remaining for the SAD team to come back in, or this could be the beginning of a reverse sweep for the French team, the Lords.
It certainly is possible. And if we go to a map 4, then conversion will be our destination kind of it. But right now, sad, they're not doing too shabby for themselves. The way for them to make this comeback happen is to get some airstrikes and get some bombers in. And to make a great push out, like you just saw Hero do. He comes up and completely wipes out the entire top of the rooftops. So now, if an airstrike and a bomber can come in, you can continue to just completely clean the rooftops.
They said that a hero would save them. Well, it's working out pretty darn well so far. Yes, that was an incredibly heroic play to go up there by yourself and take out the entirety of the opposing team, but the Lords are still ahead. God and Stress with matching score lines, 6-3 so far. Stress opting for the much more close up and personal approach there with the Bramston on the recon.
Well, Stress is making sure that sad they won't equalize the score with only 3 kills in the lead now. The Victory Lords, they're starting to fall a bit behind, and sad they are starting to make that comeback. After all, they would love to end this grand final right here because they are already 2 games up, so why not take the 3rd game as well?
Of course, there's always the frustration potential for a team that feels like they should have won to lose out on a game. The Lords winning out those last trades in convincing fashion. Rodrigo continuing to operate with that sniper, but it's going to still be on guard as Frozen and the rest of SAD, they suddenly come back in.
One big push for sad could be enough to swing this entire game. You need 6 kills, so wiping out the entirety of the Victory Lords would be enough, and they just need to start doing that right in right now because time is running out. 4 more kills and the game will be completely even, but the Victory Lords, they are fighting back. God goes down, and immediately Stress, however, will be able to just find 1 kill and trade it back. And Magic does the same, so while sad they're finding kills, they're not getting them for free.
God and the rest of the Lords back in control of the rooftops, erasing the work of the heroes, but maybe, just maybe, Hero's going to do it all over again. Up on the rooftops once again, the Victory of Lords in full retreat as they realize that doom has come for them.
Victory Lords, they need to be careful. They need to hang on for 1 minute and 15 seconds more, or 14 kills. But sad, they're not giving up. They still want this victory, and they're so close they can taste it. But the Victory Lords, they are fighting with everything they have. They are throwing the sink, the house, and everything at sad.
Charging in comes Hero once again, once more finding the flank. Around 3 more kills come in, and the Sad team are in the lead for the first time in a long time. The Lords charging forward. It's a bloodbath here on the rooftops, and it's anybody's game.
But now a bomber and an airstrike is being deployed, Counterfeit. The Victory Lords, they could win right here. But sad, no, they will be the ones finding the kills. 3 kills right now is what the Victory Lords they have for themselves. But sad, 1 more kill is what they have over Victory Lords. But now it's actually going to be completely even. Rodrigo doing God's work right here.
It's coming down to these last few moments. Stress up the stairs, gets the kill, gets traded back in return. SAD, they've got the 1 kill advantage, all they're going to need. Driand gets another. Last chance for Victory of Lords. They get 1 from God, who falls in turn. And like that, we're going to overtime.
Oh my god, Stress! He takes down Hero. Sad! That was not the hero that you wanted, and now Victory Lords, they get another chance here on overtime, Counterfeit.
Good God, that is incredible. What a comeback upon comeback there. SAD looked like this one was way beyond reach. They brought it back, but the Lords will not be denied. They get themselves the second chance. Let's see what they do with it.
Oh, this is so crazy, Counterfeit. Sad, they have control over the top. Victory Lords, they have control over the bottom, and you can see right here that they are hiding out in the corners. So for the Victory Lords, it means that they're not opening up themselves to be shot through the windows in the top, on the top of the rooftops. But it also means that they are being spread out, and that if one of the members from SAD finds a member from Victory Lords, that they will be completely isolated and won't be able to help each other.
Dealers, I'm looking for that first kill to come through. The clarion call that will go out across all of the rooftops. That the time for the true fight has begun. These two teams not disappointing. It's giving us some truly fantastic MC5.
I cannot believe what we're seeing, Counterfeit. 1 kill is separating these two teams. No more. You see 1 from each team go down. We're down to a 4 versus 4. Hero goes down on the side of SAD. Mike on the side of Victory Lords will go down. So you still have Stress, you still have God, and all of the top players on the side of Victory Lords still up in this game.
Definitely be looking at Stress and Vol God there as Rodrigo grabs another kill. This time it's not traded back by SAD. This could spell the end for them as it's now 3 versus 4. SAD in control of the rooftops. They'd love to find a stray Victory of Lords member, but if it comes to a straight-on fight, surely the Lords win.
This is so risky from Riend. They're pushing in. If they can't get a good flank off, then that would be crucial. And they find one. Will they be able to get the kill? It's not looking like they'll be able to do so. They do get it. Rodrigo goes down, and now Riend is all alone down in the bot side. Will they be able to find another one? I'm not quite sure. They're fleeing, and it's actually going to be SAD finding another kill. And they find a melee kill. Victory Lords, they're down to rare. The only member left against 3 members from SAD. This is unbelievable.
What an incredible gamble from the SAD squad. Riand pulls it through clutch, but Rare is still standing. Victory Lords, as Hero Gaming Summon says, needs to win this match. It's 2 versus 1. Frozen and Midday against Rare. These last few seconds, Rare is going to go into the 1v1 fight, gets taken down, and it's going to be 3-0. The Lords are torn from their thrones.
Congratulations to SAD and to the team from the United Kingdom. Counterfeit, that was an impressive match from SAD. While it wasn't as dominant as game number 1 and game number 2, they made it happen here in game number 3. And the Victory Lords, they gave us drama for all of our money.
That was incredible. What a game, worthy of a grand finals in any venue. All credit, of course, to the SAD team for taking that and making it a 3-0. In no way reflective of how competitive that series was. That last game will live in memory.
It certainly will, Counterfeit. It was amazing. And I feel like it was much closer here in game number 3 than what the series really shows, and that history has been made here today.
Well, guys, because we've had a briefer taunt today, we are going to open it up for one last community game. So do come and join us. Let's go for... let's see. We've got a fair amount of people dropping around, so let's go for something a little bit different. Let's go for a cargo game. Where shall we deliver that most dangerous of cargoes there, Deedless?
Ooh, let's go to conversion.
Alright. There we are. So, boop, 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 boop. Let's get it on. Wakrim, Katinda? That was quite the performance. Yes, Dionysus. That was honestly some of the best MC5 I've seen played for a long time.
Yeah, it's not often that you see this quality in MC5. Obviously, all the players are so good at the game, but it's not often you see the 2 very best teams get into the grand final.
Well, guys, do come and join us our last game of the day. And, oh, of course, yes, Gladiator Games, thank you for the reminder. Let's see, next day, 27th? So, is that... Gladiator, you're saying on the 27th is when your 24-hour Modern Combat 5 live stream, so next Saturday coming. Gladiator, if you send me a DM with the link to your channel, I don't mind posting that around the place. Though actually, I might be able to just find it myself. Well, I suppose we'll do that on the day when you're doing this stream. Gladiator, will you be playing in the ESL competition during your 24-hour live stream? That'd be kind of fun. Though I think it might make it a bit awkward to actually play the games.
Yeah.
I think. Thank you, Hero Gaming.
Next Saturday.
Oh, let's see if we can find a few more folks. Senpai, welcome. Shim as well. Could live without the name, but hey. I think he's sticking in the spectators so it doesn't just get kicked from the game. I wonder why. But yes, for any of you guys who aren't familiar with the cargo game type, you'll push along a central object. Let me go dial back a bit there. So it's a game of 2 halves. Each team gets a chance to push the central objective along a track as far as they can during their half, and the other team has to exceed their accomplishment when it's their turn at bat. This is pretty darn different from our normal style of play, but maybe that's a good thing. Let's go and join one of the teams ourselves. Definitely going to be an interesting experience. We'll put out one more global chat invite, then we'll get this game started. Our thanks, of course, to our ESL admins, Danny W and Hunter, running things behind the scenes today. So do say hey to them if you catch them in the chat or around the place. I think we've got enough to get started with. So let's get going and see if we can deliver ourselves some quality MC5.
Something as good as the grand final we just witnessed?
It seems unlikely, but hey. Why not try, eh? Why not try? We're on the Tracker, the new Class 2 MC5. I don't believe we're going to be seeing any trackers in ESL for the time being. But, do let us know, guys, how you feel about the Tracker, how balanced it has seemed to be. Cargo is ready to move, and so we should be doing the same thing.
Move the cargo, man. Move the cargo.
Senpai, please.
Move it faster.
And yes, Hero Gaming Simon, thank you for helping out Gladiator Games. So yes, that's also worth clarifying that the Gladiator Games 24-hour stream will be in Spanish, from my understanding. So any of our Spanish-speaking fans, it's ideal. Though I think you could probably still enjoy it, even if you didn't. So let's keep that cargo moving. It will. Oh wait, that's not someone on our team. Oh wait, we're on the red team. Whoops.
Oh man, counterfeit.
It's been a long weekend.
Sure.
Cargo stopped.
You're full of bad excuses, my man.
They're moving the cargo.
All right. There we go.
Cargo reached the checkpoint.
Oh wait, we're by ourselves? Oh boy. ESL 123, guys, we need your assistance or this is gonna be, well, I mean it's going to be
Cargo is close to
an extremely one-sided cargo game.
Cargo stopped.
And melee kills, you get to see, they're fun and enjoyable, but they are
Round complete.
not the best when you are outnumbered.
That was quite embarrassing, counterfeit.
You're telling me. Do we have any friends? No. No. Alright, it's alright.
Well, you have me.
You're not on the battlefield, are you? Where are you? Where are you?
That's true. Well, I wouldn't want to embarrass myself.
Wow, that was a gnarly grenade. Jeez.
Mobilize a recon aircraft.
Alright. So we've got 1 minute to get... Oh wait, this is not a good way to go, actually. But we've got 1 minute to get to the cargo and push it to the end. I believe as long as we keep the cargo moving, we will get extra time. So... That's not going to happen though, is it? Ugh. Ugh. Guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on whatever channel you're watching on right now, be that YouTube, Twitch, Mob Crush, or elsewhere. If you'd like to hear more of my Danish compatriot here, what's the best place to look on the intertubes?
I'm very active on Instagram, Twitter as well. You can sometimes also find me on Facebook, on YouTube too. I'm actually a very active YouTuber, I feel like. So if you search for Dealers Casts on all of those platforms, then you would be able to find me.
This is very upsetting. Well, let this not drive the memories of the fantastic finals we saw just before. We will be back next week with our regularly scheduled ESL competition. We'll be on PC, we'll be on iOS. If you're an Android player, you'll need to come back in 2 weeks' time. Hero Gaming Simon, thank you for posting Gladiator Games channel into the YouTube chat. So guys, if you'd like to see that 24-hour live stream next Saturday coming, please to go across there and drop them a sub. We'd like to support, of course, the MC5 community as best we can. For now though, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be seeing you all, hopefully, next week.